Now, how do you go about meeting people in new places, especially for introverts? And these tips are more like add-on tips that I feel like are more effective for introverts. So let's get into it. This first tip is incredibly effective from my experience, and this is creating playful connections. Let's see some example from Blake.
Ronald Blake?
Because you're the only Blake that's in the room.
And I'm Blake
right now.
Ronald. That's what I'm saying. We can be each other's peanut butter and jelly.
Notice that as soon as she made that name connection, she pushed it a little bit further and made it more playful. She actually does this a lot, and it makes the conversation really lighthearted and people feel more relaxed, and it's easier to get the conversations going.
We saw you last. You had another baby. You went and had that third child.
Yes, I have a lot of children.
It's a lot of children.
That's a lot.
And these can be really small and quick things, like, oh, you like blue also? Oh wow, we're like best buddies. Or, you like Harry Potter? Are you a Gryffindor? You can use this to add a more cheerful tone to your conversations, so it's easier to talk to people. If you like these kind of things, hit that like button so I will know to make more of it. This next tip is about getting into character, and I feel like there's a lot of misunderstanding behind this. People usually associate changing yourself for other people as something that's wrong and inauthentic, something you definitely do not want to do. And I completely agree. But getting into character isn't that. Getting into character is more like switching gears in your car because you're driving on a different terrain. You're not driving a different car. You're switching modes within a car. Look at how Blake talks about this.
I know, I sort of feel like I'm a really shy person, so when I have to do this sort of stuff, I have to be in character a little bit, or I would just like curl up. And I really like.
And she also mentions that this is not a completely natural process. She had help to kind of push herself to be more bold. For introverts, especially in new environments, you need to be louder, more expressive, more energetic. And all these things are temporary, but necessary in order to make it work. This next tip is about allowing your imperfections to show, because there's no perfection, so don't try to be perfect.
Yeah, I eat pretty poorly, and my husband says the reason that I don't gain as much weight as I should is because only 10% of it makes it into my mouth.
You are more likable as a person because people can tell that you are authentic. Sometimes it's the quirky or little small interesting facts that are only particular to you that makes you interesting.
Okay, good. Second, can we fold it?
Watch your hand, first of all. Be careful with it. Oh, hey!
Buddy, onesies, they're amazing.
I mean, they are, but I just love that you're like...
Not like,
Be uniquely you. Don't be the person that other people want you to be. This next tip is about that transition from just meeting people to hanging out outside. This is important because you don't want to come across as too needy or too eager, but you are here to make new friends. So there's a more subtle way that you can kind of test the water to see how well you guys are bonding right now. After talking to someone, you can say something like, "You seem pretty cool. We should hang out sometime." And this statement is left intentionally vague to see what the other person's reaction is. If the response is anything but positive, that's usually a no. And on the same note, you can also test to see that if this person will actually make a good friend, which I mentioned in a different video. So I hope that this was helpful in some way. Now go out there and meet some new people. If you want to learn to be more charming as an introvert, you can jump to the next video.